The first topic will be about the Pediatric Bill of Rights versus the Parents' Bill of Rights. But first, let us define what is a child. A child refers to a person below 18 years of age or those over but are unable to fully take care or protect themselves from abuse, neglect, cruelty, exploitation, or discrimination because of a physical or mental disability or condition. The Constitution of the Republic of the Philippines contains a number of rights provision and a small number of provisions that directly address the rights of the children. Here are some of the following. Article 13, Section 11 requires the state to adopt an integrated and comprehensive approach to health development available to all people at affordable cost, giving special priority to children. Article 14, Section 2, Paragraph 2 provides for free and compulsory elementary and high school education. Article 14, Section 3, Paragraph 3 provides for the teaching of religion to children in schools so long as the parent or guardian of the child has given his or her written consent. Article 15, Section 3, Paragraph 2 requires the state to defend the right of children to assistance, including proper care and nutrition, and provides for special protection from all forms of neglect, abuse, cruelty, exploitation, and other conditions prejudicial to their development. The Philippine law does not have a comprehensive code or act that addresses the rights of the children, but it has relevant legislation which includes the following: Civil Code, Family Code, Labor Code, Child and Youth Welfare Code, Anti-Violence Against Women and Their Children, Child Protection Act, Juvenile Justice and Welfare Act, Magna Carta of Women, and Act on the Prohibition of the Death Penalty. Now we are going to proceed with the next discussion, which is the Presidential Decree number 603, also known as the Child and Youth Welfare Code. Under Article 1, the child is one of the most important assets of the nation. Every effort should be exerted to promote his welfare and enhance his opportunities for a useful and happy life. The child is not a mere creature of the state. Hence, his individual traits and aptitudes should be cultivated to the utmost insofar as they do not conflict with the general welfare. The molding of the character of the child starts at home. Consequently, every member of the family should strive to make the home a wholesome and harmonious place, as its atmosphere and conditions will greatly influence the child's development. Attachment to the home and strong family ties should be encouraged, but not to the extent of making the home isolated and exclusive and unconcerned with the interest of the community and the country. The natural right and duty of parents in the rearing of the child for civic efficiency should receive the aid and support of the government. Other institutions like the school, the church, the guild, and the community in general should assist the home and the state in the endeavor to prepare the child for the responsibilities of adulthood. This code shall apply to people below 21 years of age, except those emancipated in accordance with the law. Child or minor or youth as used in this code shall refer to such persons. Article 3 states that all children shall be entitled to the rights herein set forth without distinction as to legitimacy or illegitimacy, sex, social status, religion, political antecedents, and other factors. Every child is endowed with the dignity and worth of a human being from the moment of his conception, as generally accepted in medical parlance, and has, therefore, the right to be born well. Every child has a right to a wholesome family life that will provide him with love, care and understanding, guidance and counseling, and moral and material security. The dependent or abandoned child shall be provided with the nearest substitute for a home. Every child has the right to a well-rounded development of his personality to the end that he may become a happy, useful and active member of the society. The gifted child shall be given opportunity and encouragement to develop his special talents. The emotionally disturbed or socially maladjusted child shall be treated with sympathy and understanding and shall be entitled to treatment and competent care. The physically or mentally handicapped child shall be given the treatment, education, and care required by his particular condition. Every child has the right to a balanced diet, adequate clothing, sufficient shelter, proper medical attention, and all the basic physical requirements of a healthy and vigorous life. Every child has the right to be brought up in an atmosphere of morality and rectitude for the enrichment and strengthening of his character. Every child has the right to an education commensurate with his abilities and to the development of his skills for the improvement of his capacity for the service to himself and to his fellow men. Every child has the right to full opportunities for safe and wholesome recreation and activities, individual as well as social, for the wholesome use of his leisure hours. Every child has the right to protection against exploitation, improper influences, hazards, and other conditions or circumstances prejudicial to his physical, mental, emotional, social, and moral development. Every child has the right to live in a community and a society that can offer him an environment free from pernicious influences and conducive to the promotion of his health and the cultivation of his desirable traits and attributes. Every child has the right to care, assistance, and protection of the state, particularly when his parents or guardians fail or unable to provide him with his fundamental needs for growth, development, and improvement. Every child has the right to an efficient and honest government that will deepen his faith in democracy and inspire him with the morality of the constituted authorities, both in their public and private lives. Every child has the right to grow up as a free individual in an atmosphere of peace, understanding, tolerance, and universal brotherhood, and with the determination to contribute his share in the building of a better world. Now let us proceed on the second title of the Presidential Decree number 603, which is the Child and Youth Welfare and the Home. This consists of 3 chapters and it tackles about parental authority, the rights of the parents, and the duties of the parents. Chapter 1 talks about parental authority. Article 17 states that the father and mother shall exercise jointly just and reasonable parental authority and responsibility over the legitimate or adopted children. In case of disagreement, the father's decision shall prevail unless there is a judicial order to the contrary. In case of the absence or death of either parent, the present or surviving parent shall continue to exercise parental authority over such children, unless in case of the surviving parent's remarriage, the court, for justifiable reasons, appoint another person as a guardian. In case of separation of his or her parents, no child under 5 years of age shall be separated from his mother unless the court finds compelling reasons to do so. Article 18 states that the grandparents shall be consulted on important family questions, but they shall not interfere in the exercise of parental authority by the parents. Article 19 states that the grandparents, and in their default, the oldest brother or sister who is at least 18 years of age, or the relative who has actual custody of the child, shall exercise parental authority in case of absence or death of both parents, unless a guardian has been appointed in accordance with the succeeding provision. It is stated in Article 20 that the court may, upon the death of the parents and in the cases mentioned in Articles 328 to 332 of the Civil Code, appoint a guardian for the person and property of the child on petition of any relative or friend of the family or the Department of Social Welfare. Article 21 stated that the dependent, abandoned, or neglected child shall be under the parental authority of a suitable or accredited person or institution that is caring for him as provided for under the four preceding articles after the child has been declared abandoned by either the court or the Department of Social Welfare. Article 22 stated that the dependent, abandoned, or neglected child may be transferred to the care of Department of Social Welfare or a duly licensed child-caring institution or individual in accordance with Articles 142 and 154 of this code, or upon the request of the person or institution exercising parental authority over him. Now we are going to proceed with a discussion of Chapter 2, which talks about the rights of the parents. According to Article 43 to 45, the parents shall have the right to the company of their children, and in relation to all other persons or institutions dealing with the child's development, the primary right and obligation to provide for their upbringing. The parents shall continue to exercise the rights mentioned in Articles 316 to 326 of the Civil Code over the person and property of the child. The parents have the right to discipline the child as may be necessary for the formation of his good character, and may therefore require from him obedience to just and reasonable rules, suggestions, and admonitions. Chapter 3, Article 46 states that the parents shall have the following general duties towards their children: to give him affection, companionship, and understanding, to extend to him the benefits of moral guidance, self-discipline, and religious instruction, to supervise his activities including his recreation, to inculcate in him the value of industry, thrift, and self-reliance, to stimulate his interest in civic affairs, teach him the duties of citizenship, and develop his commitment to his country, to advise him properly on any matter affecting his development and well-being, to always set a good example, to provide him with adequate support, and to administer his property, if any, according to his best interest. On family affairs, Article 47 states that whenever proper, parents shall allow the child to participate in the discussion of family affairs, especially in matters that particularly concern him. In cases involving his discipline, the child shall be given a chance to present his.